Hello everybody and welcome to my Space Engineers server build. This is something I've been working on for probably about 3 months maybe, and I'm sort of at a point where I'm happy with the initial build. I mean, there's still a few bits and pieces I want to do. For example, I want to put a proper defense system in here, if required. But I'll give you a walk around and let you see what I've built. So this initial area was originally the starter area for uh, the team platform map. So obviously now I've turned it into a bit of a customised area. You've still got the red platform over there, that's still an enemy, but as you can see things are a bit different on the blue platform. So as you can see, we've got some nice solar panels powering some backup batteries. We've got the standard ships that were already here when you first launched this map. Over here, as you'll see, we've got a safe zone generator currently offline. That is basically, my whole plan is, should I want to activate this, put this on an online server so people can sort of test it out, I'll turn what I've built here into sort of an administrational area. So this is going to be a safe zone for the admins. Hopefully I can get some people involved in this, but this will be the admin area. So just to move up, so as you can see, this area now, we've got plenty of planets. We've got the Earth planet, the Mars planet, and the Triton, the icy planet. Here we've got obviously 2 moons, as you can see. We've also got tons of asteroids set up, so plenty of resources on the asteroids. 2 moons, as you can see, so plenty of resources on those. So as you can see, the outside's quite bare for the moment. I haven't really done much with the outside of my little base that I've built, but I will show you the inside. So just over here we do have a nice view into one of the more industrial parts of the base. We'll explain what that is later. But yeah, so then on top, interestingly, originally when I first started building this, what you're looking at here was going to be just the main base. It was going to be a small outpost, and then it's just expanded since then. So we've got some nice glass features on top. Yeah, we've got the defense shield mod on this particular server. So defense shields you are able to build defense shields if you want. That's a backup one, hence why it's not active. I do have some basic defences, as you can see, but I will be improving the defences on this particular base that I've built. So as you can see, I've pretty much blocked everything around, put some glass windows in, and just sort of made the oxygen conveyors and storage facilities that you start off with all nicely built in to my initial outpost build. So if we go and have a look inside, close the airlock, in we go. So this little area was originally going to be just this was it. It was going to be a basic area with your standard stuff, your life support, your medical bay, and 2 cryopods. As you can see, there's not much else in here. We do have another shield control centre. Again, this is technically a backup. It's not active, it's just something I set up in case I need a backup from the main one. Obviously built in nice and snugly, we've got a cargo containers and an assembler and a refinery, all powered by standard small reactors. Then obviously built into the walls, all blocked in, is all your piping for your oxygen and conveyor systems in here. We do have a basic gravity in here as well. As you can see by our jump, we have basic gravity. So this was originally it, this nice little glassed-in viewable outpost, if you will. This was going to be it. But then I got the idea in my head, well, what will happen if I expand it? Obviously we are marked the airlock, just to point out. And I did expand it, I went underneath. So if we go over here, as you can see, engineering and storage. So if we go through this door, down these ladders, we go into the main engineering storage facility, and here it is. So we'll have a look downstairs first, and then we will show you the little walkways built around the area. So, as you can see, we have a pretty nice area here. This is full of cargo containers, some empty, some aren't. Like that's got plenty of stuff in. I use the cargo racks here really just for visual appeal, because obviously you can't really use them for anything, unfortunately. You can't put physical items on. So if that ever becomes a thing where you can put items on and off and use it as storage, that would be great. But for the moment, they're literally just for an aesthetic look. They're just there for decoration. Obviously the cargo containers are all real, you can use those. So plenty of industrial style metallic cargo containers. As you can see, we've got some nice big windows so you can see into the space dock where I've got the ship parked. Obviously this is Big Blue, one of the earlier ships that was released for Space Engineers. This has some modifications to it which I'll show you in a bit. It's not fully remodified yet. I still want to do some work on it, like upgrading the weapon systems and so forth. But yeah, I do like the way these windows sort of work. You really get a nice view of the ship. So, as you can see here, I've built 3 large reactors. They're rather built in. Again, got a lot of the glass windows so you can see all the pipe works. It just looks nice. I like how it all turned out. As you can see here, I have a really good defence system in this primary bit of the base, because this is sort of the main structure really here. This is where all your power supply is and all your storage is. So we've got a really nice defence system. Plenty of cameras, as you can probably see up there. And we've got a lot of cameras scattered around. You'll find out why in a little bit why all these cameras and where they're connected to. So if we just go up the ladder real quick, I'll show you the walk around, if you will. I've got a smaller area at the back where you can see like maintenance areas, if you will. So if you go down here, we've got a nice view outside. You can see one of the moons outside. That's a nice little view. Then if we go down the back here, we've got one of the primary power connectors, if you will. So this is one of the areas providing the most power. Now the idea I thought to myself was, you can have this area built so it's for maintenance. If you need to do repairs, you can come back here and do them. Then obviously, as you can see, we do have the one of the defence shields is working. As you can see on the lower left hand side of the screen, we have got shields in this area, just to point that out. But the point about this, these catwalks above here, they're all connected up so you can get access to these reactors, to the smaller pipework, the smaller power cables, connectors, the conveyors. So this is all giving you access to these areas if you need to repair them or upgrade them. So you've got access to this whole area. Now obviously, for those who are familiar with this map, originally these little bits here, we just slip down, as you can see, this was originally the underneath of the platform. It's now being built up into a very nice engineering interior. I really do like how this came out. It just works. I like the look of it. It's very nice, very neat. So if we go over here, now obviously at the back we've got a bit more storage. These are all full up, by the way. I've literally filled up most of these, so we've got plenty of parts in these in here, so we aren't going to run low on parts. Now over here we have the oxygen hydrogen facility. Now before I talk about that, I just want to point out what I've done with the air vents is I've given them an almost, I like to say, look at it, I got this idea of how air vents and look in shops and supermarkets. So all I've done, I've had panels and the, you know, open air slatted tilted windows, whatever you call them. Hang on, what do you call them? Vertical windows, that's it. So I've put the vertical windows along with panels around to box in the air vents to give them an almost modern air conditioner filtration look. So they just look a little bit more built into the area. So now the story behind the oxygen hydrogen facility, this was originally a smaller facility that was just designed to produce oxygen for this large room. But due to me sort of expanding on it, it went from a small outside platform exposed to space to a small interior room that is, as you can see, providing a lot of oxygen for this area. You can see it by all the air vents. And it's also providing hydrogen. So if we go in here, you'll see what I mean. So again, we've got windows above, so we get a nice view. This area, well, as you can see, is fully pressurised. So the idea is it's producing plenty of hydrogen, as you can see. So you've got ample supply of hydrogen, and then over here we've got an even more ample supply of oxygen. There's another hydrogen facility just there, and then I've got another oxygen facility over there. So I've got plenty of oxygen and hydrogen being produced by this little facility. So if we move over here to this area, again, all of this is pressurised. So originally this was exposed to space and obviously led into the space dock. Again, I've got a nice double window set up here, so again you can see into the space dock, get a good view of the front of the ship. Again, this area again is nicely pressurised. Then through here, this room, for the moment, all that I've put in here is just a large cargo container. I might probably do more with this room as I progress, but for now it's just used for this cargo container. So pop on the helmet real quick. So as you can see, this next area is depressurised. There is no oxygen in here. This is effectively a backup generator area. So this whole area was built around the large asteroid the base is connected to, and as I said, this area just isn't pressurised at all. So we've got all the pipework, more of the industrial style pipework built in, and it looks like am I missing a window there? I am missing a window there. Hang on, let's just put a window in here real quick. If it'll let me. I can't always put all the windows in if I want to. Doesn't always work. Come on, I don't think it's going to let me do that. No, it's not going to let me do that. Never mind. We'll worry about that later. So there's actually no window in there, but I'm sure we'll sort that out. So basically, as you can see, everything is all nicely built in, windowed in, so it all looks really nice. And then at the back here, we've got another large generator. So again, this is providing additional power to the facility, as well as additional oxygen if needed. So we have plenty of power, plenty of generators. So we'll go and have a look at the ship next. So now we go into the space dock area. Now this area, again, I've got some nice railing in, so obviously the idea is no one's going to fall into space. I may hopefully try and put in, I want to try and put in a large door, like a huge big, you know, pressurised door for the space dock in there at some point. I'll have to give that a try at designing one and building one. So again, the windows obviously are inverted, so you don't see too well into here, but that's kind of the idea. You only get a rough idea of what everything looks like in there. But you can walk down here, walk up. So again, it gives you a nice view of the ship, and it makes it feel more a bit of an industrial scale, if you will. So if we go down here, down a little ladder if you want, you can make your way onto the surface, onto the outer hull of the ship, and you can do repairs if you want to, or maintenance or whatever. So this ship has had some modifications. I have put the sci-fi style engines in because I just prefer how they look. Also, as you can probably tell by the slight difference here, we have put some heavy armour in here as well to sort of make the front of the ship a lot more stronger and more resistant to attack. I am going to replace the primary weapons on the ship, replace them with lasers because I prefer the lasers over the rockets. More of the science fiction sci-fi style engines here.
Energy low.
Then the backside again has been redesigned, so we have a lot more streamlined with the engines. Then if we go inside the ship, there's been some minor modifications made. We have, I forget what the name of this mod is called, but the mod that up here gives you a basic blueprint of the ship. If we go down to the programmable block, what this does is it gives you a operational status of the actual ship here. So it can tell me your refresh rate, total armor blocks, total terminal blocks, total alert blocks. It also tells you, you know, what your hull integrity is, so you'll know what the damage is to your ship if you take any damage. Also gives you update on your air vents and sensors. So it's just a nice little mod. I forget what the mod's called. I apologise to the person who created the mod, but I completely forget at this time. There's not much else I've changed on the ship, apart from just obviously completing bits and pieces that were unfinished when the ship was obviously released. You have your standard 2 cryopods, sorry, not a programmable block. You have a medical unit here, your batteries, and a basic sensor display. There's also an assembler built into the back of the ship. If we go through into the cargo area, I have put additional gyroscopes on board the ship because I want to make this as manoeuvrable and as fast as I can. It's going to be a swift attack ship. I will replace these airtight doors with heavy reinforced hull blocks, if you will, because I want this area to be reinforced, so it'll be more easier if I'm in combat and I don't get too much damage. And obviously through here you've got your basic reactors with your hyperdrive at the back, and that's really the ship. Now there's one more area to this little to this base that I want to show you all. We're just going to go through here, and now let me just quickly sit in the seat, just recharge the energy of my suit. And right, 49% that'll do. Okay, so there is a little secret to this little facility. So as you can see, there is a hangar door built in here, but there's no buttons or anything to access it. Now, you've probably already noticed that there is a little off-colour block here. Now, if we remove everything in here, and there appears to have been a slight accident in here. Oh dear, the escape pod has been destroyed. That is not good. Let's just quickly replace these blocks. There we go. So the idea is that area is completely sealed off. The idea is nobody sort of knows it's here. And then the idea would be that you would have a escape pod in here. And let me just repair this really quickly. I don't quite know what happened here. Could have been anything. Something happened here, and the escape pod has, has seen better days. Oh dear. I'll deal with that later. Real quick, let me just put the escape pod back in. Right, where's my escape pod? I think it's near the bottom somewhere. Escape pod, where are you? Sorry about this, everybody. I didn't even realise there's something that happened in this area. I do hope the next area I'm going to show you hasn't been damaged. Where are you? There it is. 2 seconds. Let me just put the escape pod back in, but preferably right here where it needs to be. Oh, come on, doesn't want to seem to let me place it. Come on. Okay, that won't let me place it for some weird reason. Oh, hang on. There we go. Right. So, now that we'll just get rid of that later, but as you can see, the idea is you're under attack, you're being heavily damaged, you have to abandon the base, so you have an escape pod in here. You just activate this, and you jump into the escape pod, drop down, activate, and you can literally head straight to the Earth planet if you want to. So you could literally set up a new base on the Earth planet if needed to be. You know, something just fell off there. Wonder what that was. But yeah, so that's the idea. You jump in. This escape pod won't be fueled.
No
yeah, I know it's
fuel.
not fueled, it's just been spawned. But you jump in, activate the escape pod, drop, free fall drop for about 30 seconds, engines activate, and then you just fly straight to the planet and land on there. This escape pod is another mod I got off the Space Engineers Steam workshop. Again, apologies, I can't remember the name of the person who developed the mod, but you know,
Energy low.
that's the whole point of it. So now the next thing to show you, again, as you can see, there's another little off-color panel. So we go all the way down here. We'd be just, you know, grinding away these blocks, removing the blocks as we're under attack, and then you'd put the blocks back as you go. And as you can see, there's now a little passageway in here. So boom, that's sealed up, the door's shut. You go down this corridor. We are now entering an area. We are now entering a secret command and control bunker. This bunker is both shielded and built into several layers of heavy armour, and it has its own power source, and it's got some nice red lighting in here. So the idea is, in here you're under attack. Maybe you've had enemy troops board your facility. The idea is you could stay in here for a long period of time undetected. So you've got cryopods, you've got LCD screens that are going to give you information. Over here, as you can see, you've got plenty of air, it's all pressurised. You've got cargo containers with plenty of equipment in, a fully functioning medical bay over here. You can, obviously, if I need to recharge my health, energy, all that, I've just done that. And then over here we've got the weapons terminals with plenty of weapons and ammunition inside. Now, over here we've got the main command and control seat, if you will. Now the idea is, with all the cameras set around, if you need to, you can sit here and view the whole area. You can see what's going on, and you can do it hopefully without anybody ever finding you. And then you just sit there and, you know, watch the enemy as they moved about your facility. So from here you'd have full control of everything. Now obviously down here we have the main engineering section for this facility, all wired in, all properly fueled and ready to go. Additional backup shielding inside, all pressurized, and then obviously that's providing power and oxygen to this little facility if it's ever required. So obviously this is the little command and control bunker inside. And we're just going to really quickly nip back upstairs. Boom, boom, done. Okay, so there we are, that's it. This is the nice little Space Engineers server that I've been designing. So when I'm ready, I'll probably turn this area into a safe zone. I want to sort of turn it into the administrational area, if you will. And yeah, we've got plenty of stuff here. We've got lots of asteroids, lots of resources. We've got 3 planets, 2 moons. And there's still the red platform over there. Maybe I'll go and attack them sometime. But yeah, so this is my little Space Engineers build. Part 2 of this, I'm going to be adding some a proper weapons defense system for this area, because there's very little in the way of defenses. We'll finish the ship, and then we'll see what happens from there. But thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks very much.